Foul! Oh, shame! That's going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say!
Messi. Oh, brilliant skill from Lionel Messi. Surging forward with real menace here. Brilliant from Messi. Oh, what a goal that is!
Yes, good morning. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. It's Thursday, and that means that we've got a Thursday morning chat with Savva, and we've got the North London Derby. The North London Derby is 2-3 days away, depending on how you want to work your days out. For me, I just go Thursday, Friday, and then we're there, but we're not. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days away from the North London Derby. It's interesting, isn't it? The Arsenal fans have been piping up a lot. And then, to make matters worse, Arsenal won 4-0 last night. And all of their fans going, this is what we're going to do to you. This is the treatment the team's getting at the Emirates. Blah, 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 blah. Is it? Is that the treatment that everyone's been getting at the Emirates? Is it? I don't think it is. However, let me know your thoughts. I'm really keen to know today. Get any questions in, and good morning to each and every one of you. You know the rules. Tickle the like button. So far, we've only had 17 people tickle the like button. Come on, nice and easy to do. And let me know your thoughts. What are the talking points for the North London Derby? The talking points from an Arsenal point of view was going to be, is Martinelli fit? Well, reports now that Martinelli will be fit. Off the back of that, you've got Trossard, who's come in, scored 2 goals in 2 games for the injured Martinelli. So is that really a downgrade? I'm not so sure. I think he's a top player. I think I'd play him over some of the others. But what does that mean for Spurs? From the Spurs perspective, the team news, as far as I can see, and somebody will tell me if I'm wrong, I can't see a single injury anywhere across the line. I can't see anywhere. It looks like we've got a full squad, apart from obviously the news that we will talk about. The news that we will talk about, which was yesterday with Ivan Perisic getting the injury for his ACL. Obviously not a first team starter, but has been very influential when coming on. And my concern with Perisic being injured, which is a complete 360 to last year, because last year I didn't think that wing back was good for him. Out on that left wing this season, he's put in a few good balls. If I can think now, I reckon he's been directly involved in 3 of our goals so far this year, maybe 4. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a bad thing or not. Do we need to then go and buy somebody else in January? Are we going to go with the theory that Brian Hill can come back? Can Brian Hill do that? Will Brennan Johnson or Richarlison go through the middle and then Sonny will go out wide left? So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered for sure. But a comment that I've just seen, which I truly believe is true, is this one. Hang on, where is it? Oh, God, it was ages ago. God, hang on. I've completely lost it now. Somebody said that they'd seen... Rooksy Pop said, to be honest, I've seen more mouthy Spurs than Arsenal. Now, there are a lot of mouthy Spurs fans. I get it. Spurs fans are on a high. We've not lost for our opening 5 league games. We've won 4 of them. And now you start getting title talk, Champions League next year talk, So I do feel that, get carried away, sure. But I never, ever go at those Arsenal fans the way other people will. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. This isn't chocolate milkshake, by the way. So for me, I think it's about keeping your feet on the ground. Arsenal are a good team. And again, they did show last night that they play good football and they can sweep teams aside. I'm not saying they'll do that to us. But for me, I've been consistent. I'm predicting 2-2. And I think that they will. I think that they will. Look at that annoying hair there. Oh, God, I'm receding. Getting old, I'm afraid. I do think that it's going to be a draw. I think that we've got to go there. We'll play our own game. That's the only way Postecoglou knows. He's not going to be a manager that goes there and puts 10 behind the ball. But Arsenal, they'll be really up for this. And I think a lot of our fans keep saying we'll be up for it, but they're going to be up for it. At home, money spent, lots of criticism for the way they've started the season performance-wise, not result-wise, but signs that they are starting to slowly grow. So it should be a really good game. So get any questions in. We'll do a couple of good mornings, and then we'll take it from there. Just to give it a heads up for anyone that does watch, the Big Six tonight, if anyone wants to get over there and support me, I'm on the Big Six tonight at 9 p.m. There's something like 6,000 to 7,000 people that watch that live. No doubt loads of them are going to be having a go at me because I'm Spurs and small club and Spursy, Dr. Tottenham, you don't win anything, stay in your lane, you're getting too big for your boots, all that kind of stuff. So get over there and support me tonight. And also watch out for a video later today, stroke tomorrow morning, called Box to Box. I'm actually, after this, I'm going over to the Emirates. Don't say it too loud. I'm actually going to hop on the train over to the Emirates, and I'm filming with AFTV and Turkish. So we'll be talking about the North London derby. So I'm sure that will win me no favours with the Arsenal fans. And I'm sure with the Spurs fans that want to hear me go on and say, oh, we're going to smash them, they're not going to like me. So to be honest, it's a lose situation. I'll say good morning to a few people. 1 second. And by the way, we will have, we won't normally, but because it's a North London derby, we will have a good morning chat tomorrow. So there will be a Friday one, but next week it will be Tuesday and Thursday. Good morning to Vinny Rowley. Good morning to Tigaro, to East London Gooner, Spurs Psych. Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs. Morning to Alan Shepherd, Stefan, Chris, Yorkshire Gooner. I didn't watch Arsenal's games. I've seen your highlights. I was watching Bayern Munich, Man United. Big up to Rooksy Pop, Strasbourg Steve. Big up, brother. Hope you're well. Thank you for all your help the last few days. Phil P. Woo! Yeah, that's as good as I can do it. Big up to you, the Ginger Cockerel, Billy Andrews, Steph ACM, Herbalizer, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Scott is in the chat. Kate Rickson, big up to you. Philly 2109, good morning to you. Marcel, hope you are well, my friend, our Liverpool friend over there. Listen, good morning to you. And listen, you're always welcome. The streams are free. All I ask is that people tickle that little like button. And so far, only 50 people have. So it's a bit tight. Smash that like button. And if anyone would like to subscribe, please do. Don't have to. Listen, I am what I am. If people want to subscribe, they want to subscribe. If they don't, they don't. Big up to you all. Get some questions in. I'm going to star a few questions as we go along, by the way. Have I watched the video of Kane answering Henry? Is this Thierry Henry or Henry as in Henry Wright? The Spurs will win the... I don't know what this means, Elias. Who's answered who? Let's see. I'll be interested to see what that's all about. Elder, the Man City fan, has said, I need you to get some points at the Emirates. We'll try our best, my friend. Shelter said, Martinelli is fit. It's a long day for you lot. Big up, Savva. Okay. Sorry, there are questions that I am starring. I'm not just going past them. Donna Cullen's in the chat. Big up to you. Have I got a haircut? No, I've just put something in my hair because I'm going on camera later on. Normally, the box-to-box videos get about 70,000 views online. So I thought I better at least put a little bit of wax in my hair, right? Got to be half respectable. But I'm looking forward to that. So if anyone doesn't know, look at box-to-box with Arsenal Fan TV and with Turkish. That's what I'm going to be doing, representing Spurs today. Apologies. You'll see me eating and drinking a lot on stream lately. It's because I'm doing a new 75-day detox regime. So I have to eat and drink at certain times, unfortunately. I can't not do it at those times. Where are we? I tell you what, I would, there's a few I would take from Real Sociedad. I would take Zubamendi. I would take Mikel Merino. I would take Kubo. I would take Oslabal. I think they've got a good team. Donna Cullen, just calling out Margot Robbie. I'm sure she'll be along soon. Ghosted. I said, I'm more worried about losing a defender at this moment in time. Plenty of options in midfield and attack. I agree with you, but the problem is Perisic is the only one of those wingers that can cross a football. He's the only one that can cross a ball consistently. And I'm not saying the others can't whip in a ball every now and then, but nearly every cross Perisic puts in is a good one. So for me, that is a loss from a depth perspective. Strasbourg Steve has said Arsenal talking points. Trossard surely has to start. Spurs talking point. Can Spurs catch Arsenal out from the kickoff and score early? Well, I think we'll start quickly, but let's see, Steve. I mean, there's a lot of talk about, we haven't played anyone yet, and how are we going to do against the bigger teams? Well, listen, here's a chance to show people, because let's be brutally honest. If we start poorly, or if we get beaten easily by Arsenal, then people are going to rightly say, well, there you go. You've played your first good team and you've lost Spurs, and all of this will start. So it's why I don't get carried away. The way I look at it, Steve, I want to be pleasantly surprised. I'm going to say a draw. That way, if we do win, I'll be massively overexcited. But if ever I want it to beat Arsenal, it's now, because their fans are becoming unbearable. By the way, some of our fans are becoming unbearable as well. So let's just say that. Lucky your hair is going back at 40. I'm 27. I've been going grey since I was 18 because I'm a Schalke fan. God, big up to you. Yeah, luckily, just the odd speck of grey every now and then. But luckily, I've kept most of the colour. So it is what it is. Gunnar CK has said, last night showed if Ange doesn't change his game plan, we will tear you apart. Looks like another Gunnar that doesn't understand how Spurs play. All the Arsenal fans keep saying to me, they're talking to me as though we play this gung-ho brand of football where no one defends and we're not solid in midfield. That's not the same. Scott, I agree. We're not PSV. The Arsenal fans aren't, I don't know. They just don't, I don't know. 2 and 2 gets them 9. Do you know what I mean? They just don't quite, all of this that Spurs will get ripped apart if we play our normal game. Other than last night, I've not seen Arsenal. I didn't see Arsenal ripping apart anybody else they've played. But hey, it is what it is. Phil P said, yes, Savva, I'll be there and back you fully. You absolutely smashed it last time you were on the Big Six. Thank you, mate. Yeah. So, by the way, the Big Six, I'll be here in this room, in this spare room. But I'm off to the Emirates I've got to be there for 2 p.m. So if anyone is outside the Emirates at 2 p.m., come and say hello. Myself and Turkish will be there doing some filming. And God, yeah, look, the sun's out. Last night it was pissing down. I thought, oh my God, got to go all the way over there. It's a good hour and a half slog for me to get over to North London. Taco, big up Savva. Where is our dog? Our dog? You mean my dog? Our dog, the group Football Heritage TV dog. One of them is asleep next to me. The other one, I can hear him downstairs playing with one of his rope ball things. So, yeah, we'll just leave him to it. Otherwise, he'll bring it up here and then he wants to play. And then before you know it, it's all gone wrong. Mia said, I hope you got your vaccination going to the Scum Stadium. Yeah, I'm only going to be outside. I'm only going to be outside the stadium. And I'll do a couple of videos as well. Yeah, I hope you got your vaccination. Yeah, Peter Simons, big up. Me too, man. Me too. I would definitely take a draw. By the way, get questions in. I'm not ignoring them. I am storing them up so I can go through 7 or 8 at once. Bear with me 1 second. Just got to get this down. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, John. Good morning to you, John Zamfopoulos. A big up there is the link if anyone did want to subscribe. But more importantly than the subscribers, tickle the like button. How we're not on 100 likes by now after 17 minutes is beyond me. Zuki, Jesus Christ, Zuki, do you know what, dude? I love you to bits. But, you are allowed to say something other than Tottenham come to conquer. Like, you are allowed to join in some conversation. Every day in my YouTube comments, Tottenham come to conquer. Yeah, cool, but say something. Big up to Leoland Lego. Rooksybot was Thierry Henry. Okay, right, that makes more sense. I was thinking, why would Harry Kane be ringing up Henry Wright? I'll have to give Henry a call and find out why. But that makes more sense. Big up Alex, Apex rather, Tigaro. So big up your efforts to grow your channel. That is a lot of work. Mate, to be honest, it's not. I've actually been rolling it back on the channel. If anyone hadn't noticed, I've actually been doing less and less and less. Turkish just messaged me yesterday. asked if I want to go on to the Big Six to fill in for Tobes, and said, am I free during the day to do the box to box? So I said, yeah, why not? Let's go over there and do that. Let's get some sun, if we can, onto this face. But yeah, listen, I do my best. And this is completely not true. I don't think anyone's used Brill cream since the 90s. Yeah, Tigaro, listen, don't worry about that, mate. Just read your last bit. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Big up to Railway has said, given that we grabbed 3 points against Sheffield when we could have gotten 0, could we see Sunday as a bit of a free hit? I don't think so. I don't think you can have a North London derby as a free hit. What does everyone think in the chat? For me, you've got to go and try and win those games, right? You've got to try and win them. Philip Bidwell, big up to you, has said last night's 4-0 win for Arsenal will give them some confidence for the match. Sure. But Arsenal are a good team. They would have been confident going into that anyway. They're a good team that have just come off the back of a title charge. But we'll have confidence as well. Big up Kate has said, I said that on Tuesday, Savva, Arsenal usually score first. We need to try and get that first goal, boost our confidence and rattle theirs. Yeah, sure. I completely agree with you. It's going to be, listen, I can't keep saying this enough. I'm intrigued. I'm excited for it. I've not been excited for a North London derby for many years. Conte saw to that I just hated all of them. But this one, I'm looking forward to. Let's hope the Spurs don't go Spursy and, 2-0 down at half time and all of a sudden all is lost. But Jimmy Costco said, grey hair is quite cool. Look at Beckham, George Clooney. The real problem is losing hair. Let's hope so. I think I'm receding as well. So we'll see. We'll see, Jimmy. We'll see. Kate said, Savva, I think we have to start on the front foot against Arsenal. Just to go to our Spurs said, I've seen Queen Ellie been getting some stick for Sam PH is better than Rice. Listen, I love Ellie, but he's nowhere near Rice. 10 times out of 10. I mean, Højbjerg is nowhere near the player of Declan Rice, I'm afraid. He's a very average footballer that's been dropped from our 11 for a very good reason. Deanna said, I think the game will be a battle of two teams who are in good form. Well, that's what you have got. You have got two teams who are in good form, and that's going to make it a very intriguing matchup. So I'm looking forward to it massively. 7SC said they barely beat Everton. Yeah, I mean, I think this is why I think it's interesting for me, Seven. I think because, you've got a team like Everton will put 10 men behind the ball, and then it takes a lot to break those teams down. Same with Sheffield United. But you've now got two teams that are going to play against each other. Both Arsenal and Spurs won't sit men behind the ball. So for me, that's going to be the interesting matchup. Oh, God, I would love to win this. I deep down in my heart, I'm so anxious because I want to win it. I so want to win this because the Arsenal fans have become unbearable. Gunnar said PSV were the first team that didn't play with everyone sat behind the ball. Maybe, but listen, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday, my friend. Ask a Arsenal fan about travelling from South London. Sorry, what do you? Sorry, tell me in the chat if I'm being an idiot. I don't quite understand that. What do you mean, my friend? Let me know. Yes, Steph ACM, I would definitely take a draw in the derby. If you're offering me a point right now, I'm biting your hand off for it. 3 is the aim, but I'd definitely take one. If you've played your first 6 games of the season and your only 2 draws are Brentford away, who lost 2 at home last season, and Arsenal, who were very good at home last season, and we're in a title race, I'm snapping your hand off. Apparently, according to Romano, there's no buyback clause for Kane, only matching rights if Bayern receive future bids. Yeah, I'm so bored of hearing about Kane now, aren't you? Like, I just don't care. I saw people last night again getting carried away. This is why we shouldn't have let Kane go because, he put in a penalty and all this kind of stuff. But it is what it is. Nana Hotspur said it's not all Arsenal fans getting loud, just like it's not all Spurs fans. Yeah, I hear you. I can only go, Nana, by the people that come into my chat, right? And the ones that are coming into my chat are getting way over themselves. Sorry. I can feel a hiccup coming on. We asked yesterday during the watch-alongs, like, Arsenal fans, give us your prediction. What's the score going to be? And all the Arsenal fans in the chat were 3-0, 3-1, 4-1, 4-0. And you think to yourself, wow, have they watched us play? Are we that bad? We're going to get spanked 4-0. Lee Gunner said he thinks you'll get slapped. Yeah, just because Lee Gunner, I mean, I'll speak to Lee later, but just because Lee said he thinks we're going to get slapped, I don't think means we will. If we lose, he'll be the first one on screen talking about how bad Arteta is and how bad Arsenal are. So I'll take it with a pinch of salt. Good. I don't want Kane back. I'm going to be honest. I don't want Kane back. He's been here. It's done. We move on. Sav Dog Woof Woof has said, come on, you Spurs. Let's pick up a defender in Jan, please, and gift Orban. Well, look, this is a lot of what I've said about Spurs now is, yeah, we can get carried away from a good start to a season. Yeah, it's good. Yes, everything looks like it's going in the right direction. But the transfer windows will tell us everything. You know, do we go into that January window and go, bosh, here's two positions that we need. There's two players that we've scouted and that we've brought in immediately. Or are there going to be the same excuses? Oh, you know, you can't do business in January, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Phil has said, even if we lose the next two, many teams will lose to Woolwich and Liverpool. Plus, we Plus, we usually lose both fixtures. So it would necessarily change the chances of getting top four. Let's go. Listen, I agree, Phil, but you know what I mean? What we can't do is have fans sitting there going, we're winning the league. This is the best team ever. We're going to smash Arsenal. Then when you lose a couple of games, you know, you've got to have a little bit, a degree of common sense, right? Not you, but there's got to be look, I just keep my feet on the ground. There are going to be hiccups. There are going to be defeats. It's how we bounce back from them. But obviously 2 defeats in a row wouldn't be good at all. Big up to you, video complete, Sofian. Get in any questions that you want, and I've got a few stored up, but not enough to go through them all. Shelter has said, Savva, do you reckon you'll dominate possession against us? No, I would expect Arsenal to have more of the ball, being the home team. I don't think it's going to be like 70-30, but I do think we're probably looking at 55-45, something like that. However, if Spurs can get into a rhythm, who knows? We could get a lot of the ball. But I don't think it's going to be like a one team sits back, the other team attacks. David J, sorry about that, has said Perisic will be massively missed. The guy's delivery, left foot or right foot, is amongst the best in the world. He doesn't have 100 caps for Croatia for no good reason. I agree. I think now what we miss is, I think you almost make Richarlison. The only thing now Richarlison is good for is corners from James Maddison. Crosses from that left-hand side with Perisic in the last couple of games whipping into Richarlison is where he's been dangerous. And I don't think anyone else, Sonny, Hulu, Brian Hill, Solomon, none of these guys can cross with the regularity in which Perisic can. Shafay, big up to you, my man. Hope you're well. Said, I'm going to be very interested to see how a certain Argentinian centre-back of ours handles a high-pressure game. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see. It's all well and good being calm against teams that don't have good forward lines, but this is going to be a test for him and for Van der Ven and for Doggy and for Porro. Let's see. This is where when people keep talking about we've got the best defence and the Doggy's the best left back and Porro's been the best right back and Romero's the best centre back in the world. These are the games where you stand up. These are the games where you show it. So it's going to be funny. AFT guys have all said we're getting smashed on Sunday. Well, I'm with one of them today, so we'll put that right. Elder has said there are no free hits for sure. There are no free hits. Absolutely. I think Luton Town might be a free hit this year. Apologies. Scott said, agree, Savva. We have to go to win. I just think we need to be, I think we try and win the game, but I do think you're going away to one of the best teams in the country. I think there has to be a degree of respect. There has to be. Yorkshire Gunner said, first time I saw you on the Big Six. Been a fan since you pissed Grizz off discussing Trent Arnold. Yeah, that was a good conversation between me and Grizz talking about TAA. But listen, I'll be speaking to him again tonight. Nothing's changed my view on Trent Alexander-Arnold. Brilliant going forward. I think he's a disaster at the back. Just my opinion. Morning, Savva. Let's hope you're well. Sorry, hope you're well. I am well, thank you. Hope you're well, Lewis. Big test of Vangeball this weekend. Going to miss Perisic, but let's see our team resolve. Amen to that. Savdog Woofworth said, which front three starts on Sunday? For me, I think it's got to be the same front three. I think don't change your winning team. Let Brennan Johnson come on in the second half, run at them with tied legs. For me, don't change your winning team. I think if he is going to make one change, I reckon it might be someone for Solomon, but I wouldn't. Phil Pierce said the North London derby can never be a free hit, but it is the same 3 points beating Sheffield United as Woolwich away. It'll be a huge boost for Ange, the boys, and all of us if we can get these 3 points. It would be amazing. It would be the lift it would give around Spurs. Be amazing. BG says, Sav, I have to interrupt. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I believe you come to our ground last season unbeaten with a style of play better suited for you this season. BG, I am going to have to interrupt you and say Spurs fans hated the style of play we had last season. It was absolutely awful. We literally came to your ground and said, have all of the football and beat us. So I'm going to have to completely disagree with you on this one, I'm afraid. There's a huge difference between Spurs this year and last year. I'm not saying Arsenal can't win. Of course Arsenal can win. They're a very good team. They're a better team than us right now, or in terms of where they are as a club. But I don't think it's going to be this 3-4-0 that loads of you lot seem to think it's going to be. Morning, Renketic. I hope you're well. Guys and girls, keep smashing that like button. We're at 105. Let's get that to 200 as quickly as possible. If anyone did want to subscribe, you can do. We've had 3 this morning, so welcome to all of you. Big up. Welcome to the Football Heritage TV family. Dennis said, if you guys press us like we are Burnley, it will be an embarrassing scoreline. I don't get this embarrassing scoreline. Like you're talking like you're Man City. I don't get it. Where is this embarrassing scoreline coming from? Like you might beat us, but why is this going to be embarrassing? I've not been massively impressed when watching you lot play. And this is why I hate Arsenal fans. They talk like they're Man City. Do you know what I mean? If Man City fans were talking about this like you, I'd go, yeah, Man City. But you're not. You completely capitulated last season. You've not started massively well this year performance-wise. Why is everyone going mad? Raul said, don't judge this manager on a new manager bounce. Judge them when they're under the trenches. Well, Raul, we can only judge them by what we've seen. And so far, they've passed the tests. You can only judge a team by what they've done. It will be very interesting, yes, to see what happens when we lose a couple. How do we bounce back? But it's not a new manager bounce. It's a completely new philosophy. It's not like he's picked them up mid-season and had a new manager bounce. Luciana said, people underestimate the importance of Perisic off the bench. Cannot believe that some people are silver lining in Hill replacing him. For me, that's not a silver lining. Completely different players. Perisic is the only one, as I said, of those wingers that can cross a ball consistently. Steph has said it doesn't matter who really has the ball. We had more of the ball against Inter and still got slapped. Yep, it can happen. Matt Cook has said, morning all. Thought PSV played like us last night. Playing out from the back in a very high press. I'll take a draw now. I don't think we're the same as PSV at all. I'll be brutally honest, Matt. I think that we will more than handle ourselves. I really do. I think we'll handle ourselves well. Nano said, it would be great to take points from both Arsenal and Liverpool. Am I alone feeling Liverpool is the more threatening game? Well, I don't know. Do you know what? Let's get through the Arsenal game. We're playing one of the best teams in the country at their own ground, and they're our big rivals. This is a big game. Make no way about it. Liverpool are a very good team on the break as well. So Liverpool have got a lot of pace, a lot of power. And I've said all week, for me, this is the test for Spurs, for the back four, for the midfield. This is the test. So far, I don't think we've really come up against anyone of note attacking-wise. Tell me in the chat if I'm wrong. I look at all the teams we've played. We've played some okay forwards. An out-of-form Rashford. And Mbuemo's okay. Mbuemo's a good player, but I don't feel we've played anyone of note from a forward position. This is why I want to see how do the defence cope against Odegaard, who I think is a very good player. Saka, good player. Martinelli, good player. Jesus, good player. Trossard, good player. How does this defence stand up against these top footballers? That is going to be the test for me. Liam thinks Romero is going to thrive on the weekend. Adam said, I want to see Romero clatter Odegaard. Yeah, see, this is where I think Spurs fans get carried away. That is not what you want. You do not want to see that. You don't want the yellow cards going into the book. That is where I don't understand how people don't get this. The moment he clatters someone and gets booked is the moment we're playing on edge now, and he loses that edge that he has as a centre half. Surely we want him to stay on his feet and not clatter anyone. I don't get it. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, we're not really growing at all at the moment, but it is what it is. I'm not doing this full time, so it is fine. Yeah, not really growing. Haven't done as much Tottenham content lately, but it is what it is. So thanks for reminding me of not growing. That's really nice of you. Savdog Woofwoof has said Arsenal will get smashed Sunday, maybe 6 or 7-0. We'll go 15 minutes without losing possession. Jesus Christ. You could say that. I will not be saying that. As the neutral fan, a doggy will pocket Saka on Sunday, while Spurs pace right back merchant will match Martinelli pace merchant. Look, I've said I think one of the most intriguing matchups for me, is going to be a doggy versus Saka. I think the doggy's come in and settled really well. Good test for him. Saka's a good player. It's going to be a good test for a doggy. Martinelli versus Martinelli versus Pedro Porro is going to be interesting, because Pedro Porro, this is going to be the toughest winger he's played against. So let's see. Martinelli's very tricky, likes to maneuver the ball in tight spaces. And Pedro Porro, let's see. Let's see what he's got. Solomon can't deliver a cross. Maron, again, I feel like it's, when people don't listen. What I said was, did anyone want to remind this guy what he said? I said it's about delivering crosses consistently. Now, I've watched so far the games I've seen with Solomon. Sometimes his crosses are good. A lot of the time they don't beat the first man. So consistency. Shelter said, watching Trossard, Jesus, Saka, Odegaard yesterday. I just can't wait for Sunday to play against a team that will attempt to play football. Shelter, we don't attempt to play football. We do. Again, the disrespect from the Arsenal fans is very childish. Sergius said, Savva, we need to target Zinchenko. He is the weak link. He can be got at. He is not a left back. I agree. Can Kulu turn up? Can Kulu have one of those games where he terrorizes a fullback and not cut in every 5 seconds? Ren said, I agree. Same front line. Bring on the impact subs when there are tired legs. I agree. JB said, listen, these again, all these... these fans don't seem to understand how Spurs play. It is hilarious that the little football knowledge in the Arsenal fans is just, it's embarrassing. Can I get a sensible Arsenal fan, please come in and tell me this style of Spurs play? Because you're talking like we're Leeds under Bielsa. You're not understanding how we play. Savva, we are levels above you. If you try to press us like how PSV did, it will be an absolute thumping. Oh, my good God. Oh, my good God. Even when you played a crap Spurs team last year, you didn't thump us. I know, Rent. Honestly, the Arsenal fans are the worst fans in the Premier League. They embarrassed themselves last year thinking they were going to win a league title, all having bets here, there and everywhere. Then when all of them didn't win, suddenly they forgot they made the bet and making excuses. Maron, you're not listening. I can't deal with people like you. Sean has said, morning, Sav. I hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you, Sean. I hope you are as well. Jay has said, Spurs have been poor defensively in periods in every single game. I mean, if you want to say that, I mean, I watched Arsenal look poor defensively in the second half against Nottingham Forest. I watched you look poor defensively in periods against Crystal Palace. I watched you look poor defensively against Man United when they kept springing the offside trap, and it's purely because Rashford messed up. Gunnar Vettel has said, Savva, don't worry about the guy. The most sensible know that this Spurs team is something different that we haven't seen. Yeah, look, I'm not saying we're definitely going to win, but some of the Arsenal fans, Gunnar Vettel, are just like, it's like they don't watch us. They're just saying, oh, if you play like that, you haven't watched us play. Clearly from the way they're talking. No, you don't get what I'm saying. When you sit back, it's harder for us. When you come at us, it makes it a lot easier. I completely get what you're saying, but I'd rather Spurs play the way we're playing now than when we came and sat back against you. So I completely disagree with you. Top right has said Arsenal bottom of the season once and think they're top. Honestly, they are a nightmare, the Arsenal fans. They are a nightmare. Steph has said they're still hanging on to last season, the incredible season where they almost won something. I know, it's crazy. Listen, Arsenal could well beat us. Let's call it for what it is. Arsenal could well beat us. They're a top team, right? But it's this insinuation it's going to be 4-0, 5-0, all of this. Like, I just can't believe what I hear most of the time. Vinny has said, Savva, you can't say that. You just scraped to winning at Sheffield United. They're coming in on better form than you. Why? They just scraped to win against Everton, who are one of the worst teams in the league. How do football fans' minds work? Honestly, it is like, oh, my dad can beat your dad up. Honestly, it's such hard work with football fans that don't have a clue about football. In the league, we've scored more goals than them for a start. They've conceded a few less. We've both won 4, both drawn 1, same points. How are they going in better form than us? I don't get it. Madness. Phil P, big up, said Gooners with main character syndrome and plenty of front. Will it be replaced by bottle job settings and salt? I think they're a good team, Phil. I worry about them. Of course I do worry about playing them. They're a good team. I worry about Spurs playing all the good teams. I think every team should worry about playing the top teams, unless you're City. But it's just this arrogance that's coming from them after 8th, 5th and 2nd. Like, 2 of the last 4 years, they finished 8th, and they're giving it like they're some sort of worldly team because they beat PSV. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, let's have it a rest. Oh, Jesus. Hi, Savva, tuning in from a laundrette in Thailand, watching you in the UK. God bless the modern world. Big up to you, Dave Clark. Hope you're well. And I hope the laundrette is well this morning. Guys and girls, only 136 likes, 330 of you in here. Smash the like button, please. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. The link is in the chat, and I'm going to pin it right now for anybody that would like to subscribe. Be much appreciated. I always think, I'll tell you what frustrates me as a football fan. I always try and stay quite level-headed, and I just feel like the more and more I do YouTube, I just see how many idiots there are in football fans. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm Arsenal, we're the best. I see it from Spurs fans. Oh, we're amazing. It's like, oh my God, stop. Just stop. Like, common sense. Let common sense prevail. Phil P said the difference in Spurs last season, the 2-man midfield getting overrun for fun. And now Basuma, Sarr and Madders running things. If other fans haven't noticed this, they haven't been paying attention. Agreed. Maron, Savva, after 10 games, I want to hear you say Solomon can't do something. He can do everything. Maron, go away. You're boring me now. You're being an idiot. Ren, I hope they'll rise to the occasion and play well. Might be wishful thinking. Listen, let's hope so. I think Ange is going to have them right up for this. I think it will be a good game. I think it's going to be one. If it's one either way, it will be by 1 goal. I don't think this is going to be this massive scoreline. And by the way, everyone, join me. Live watch along starting at 1 p.m. Sunday. We've got a 10 a.m. show Sunday morning to get some hype going for the game. 1 o'clock is the watch along. And then 8 p.m. is the Spurs review, which could either be really, really brilliant or very downcast. We'll see. Big up, John. Yeah, I love the watch-alongs we do. Me, Haz, Perchy, Steve, and Barry really do enjoy them. Well, they've said that Martinelli could be fit for the weekend. That's what they've said. Well, they've said he could be fit for this weekend. That's all I'm going by. No, Billy, I tell you what, I wanted to do it full time, but I realized that it's nothing against any other YouTuber, and YouTubers are more than welcome to do whatever they want to do. I think when you just concentrate on one club and you do so much content a day, I do think it's a bit of an overkill, and I've realized that. I felt like, I'll be honest, I'll be brutally honest, I'll open up to all of you now. I felt like I was forcing content rather than just enjoying the content. And for me, I wanted to enjoy it more. And when you have to do it because, you have to make money, it kind of, I'll be honest, it takes away the fun. So I want to just go back to doing it sporadically when I like. I can do 3 or 4 of these a week, 2 a week, 1 a week, watch-alongs on whichever games I want, or obviously always Spurs watch-alongs. But Spurs reviews still stand. I just thought when I was doing 4 bits of content a day, it was just a bit too much. So, I mean, yeah, so it is what it is. Yes, Sean, Arsenal fans are deluded. They beat PSV and now they're Man City. Honestly, these are the same fans that when they lose a game, all go on to like AFTV and go, oh my God, Arteta got it wrong. We haven't improved. We haven't grown. You win a game against PSV and it's, oh my God, we're the best team in the world. We're winning. Like Angus was in here last night talking about minimum of semi-finals for the Champions League. They're hard work. But then again, there are Spurs fans that are the same. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. Samuel said these Arsenal fans are ridiculous. If we beat them, then they go quiet. Can't lose to these deluded guys. I take the point. I'm telling you, I take the point. Yeah, the one bit I would disagree with is pace. I don't think he's got any pace at all. But this is going to be another intriguing matchup. Gunnar Vettel said, I apologise on behalf of my fan base, Savva. It'll be a very good game. 2-1 Arsenal. Spurs looking good this season. Listen, I like that. Not that you've said Arsenal are going to win, but I like that you come in with a sensible comment about the teams and a sensible prediction. Like, if Arsenal beat us 4-0, I'll sit here on Sunday and go, well, I'm in the mud. They've battered us. And that's all you can do. You can own it. You've just got to own it. But equally, if Arsenal don't batter us, Gunnar Vettel, I hope all of your fan base that are saying you're going to batter us come with a little bit of decorum, a little bit of humility. Right, Maron, I've got to stop. You're saying the same thing every comment. Last warning: if I see it again, I'm removing you. It's just getting silly now. Just a girl love Spurs said Arsenal beat PSV, and all of a sudden they're prime Barcelona. I know it is tough. It is tough. Okay, cool. I said I don't blame them for trolling. I might head over to an Arsenal podcast and do the same. Listen, I've got no problem with the Arsenal people in here. So any fan base can come in here, but they're just so silly. A lot of them, like this guy is the worst. Savva, if played 2 inverted fullbacks with Udogie and Porro and play a high line, then I'm scared for you guys. You can't play possession football against Arsenal. See, you don't watch how we play football, do you? You've not watched us play, Matthew. The same way. Do you remember, Matthew, last season when you came on and told me I was deluded because I said Man City would win the league? Do you remember that, Matthew? I don't see you saying sorry for that or calling me deluded. Right, Maron's getting put in a timeout. He's just boring me now. I didn't see you, Matthew. I haven't. Do you want to come on and let everyone know how you were wrong last season? Were you wrong last season? I think you were, my friend. Greeny, big up to you, sir. Said, I must admit, I love and hate this fixture in equal measures. Yeah, it can be. I like the build-up, but I hate it. And then I like the game, and then I want it to be over with. Emotions run high, and everyone starts saying some crazy things. Brazeagle, big up to you, my man. I said, as a Palace fan, I cannot wait to watch the NLD. It's going to be a cracking game. Absolutely. Alan said, 8 p.m, Arsenal is hiding. Look. Oh, we're doing what the Arsenal fans are doing. Philly has said... Sorry, it's gone blank. There you go. Arsenal is not winning 5-0. If Arsenal wins, so be it. Better team on the day. I will join your pre-match hype and back your review. Big up to you, Philly. Big up to you, mate. Yeah. Strasbourg Steve said, Savva, if Arsenal are the worst fans in the Premier League, who are the best? And do they play in black and white? Steve, do you know what? For me, I think the best fans are from the teams that don't play in the European positions. I think some of the best team fans are from the clubs like Palace. Do you know what I mean? For the clubs like Wolves, it's the fan bases that don't go deluded every single time they win a game. Problem is Arsenal haven't learnt their lesson. Like last year, they told everybody and anybody that they were winning a league title. And then when they didn't, you'd think that over the summer, it would make them go, all right, let's keep our feet on the ground. Nope. They've come back with the same energy. And they're going to lose the league again to Man City. It's like, I don't get it. Big up to Rooksy Pop, who said, seen Spurs fans put 9 players in a combined 11. Yeah, again, I think when Spurs fan, we don't help ourselves. I agree. As much as we call the Arsenal fans deluded, we don't help ourselves when we do this. Lee McQueen did it last year, didn't he? Arsenal were like 30 points ahead of us going into the North London derby or something. And he said that 7 of the 11 would be Spurs players. It's just embarrassing. Look, Arsenal are a very good team. Let's make no two bones about that. Arsenal are a very good team. Strasbourg Steve said the funny thing is even if you win on Sunday, the deluded Arsenal fans will just say the ref is against us, or Spurs fans acting like they won a trophy. Yeah, of course. Let them do it. We'll see. But it does make me laugh. Honestly, it really, really does make me laugh, these Arsenal fans. Big up, Steve. And then just a girl who loves Spurs and said, you and Steve should do an all football channel. Steve, we'll have a chat maybe one day, mate. I just don't know how much time I want to put into it. It is very, very draining doing YouTube. I'll be brutally honest with you, but thank you so much, Kate. Let's go back to the comments. Tigaro, you just said you were watching the pennies, so you don't have to put in super chats, my friend. But big up to you, and I said, keep on keeping on, mate. Big up and all the best. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you as well, Tigaro. Thank you very much. Always very kind in the chat. Let's see. BG says Arsenal win 4-0 last night, and we're confident we'll beat Spurs. And all of a sudden, Arsenal fans are giddy, even though we beat you every year at home. No, BG, again, sorry. One of these, two of these. Not what I said. I said it's not that you think you'll beat us. I think I would presume most Arsenal fans to think they're going to beat Spurs. It's we're going to batter you, and if you play a high line, we're going to dominate you, and it's going to be a battering. That's the thing that people are laughing at. Hey. Oh, my God. Ashwara said, not going to lie, the fact that Arsenal could take players off early is not looking good for us. I don't think it matters. They played a home game 4 days before the derby. I mean, if professional players can't play on the Wednesday and then be fully fit for the Sunday, I don't really think it matters. Rampage said, when Arsenal beat Spurs again, you guys will be deluded again to say you will get a result next season. Listen, listen to what I'm saying. I think you guys could beat us. You could beat us. I'm not knocking it. You're not listening. The Arsenal fans, it just seems like whatever goes in there gets lost in there and then comes out as there as something different. Very weird bunch of fans. Big up to Rampage. Okay, Rampage. We found the twat in the chat. We found Rampage. Big up. John Langford says, Savva, you're right. Normally I dread playing Arsenal at their place, but looking forward to this one. Yeah, looking forward to it. By the way, that doesn't mean that I think we're going to smash them. I'm just looking forward to the game. Like I haven't been excited going there for many years. Martin said, don't forget that Arsenal fans said last season the team at the top the longest should win the league. Yeah, that they all gave it massive last year and flopped. Hey, it is what it is. Where are we? Yeah, this guy, God, he is literally sent here from Manor Solomon, isn't it? It's embarrassing. No, Faizan, I wouldn't. I would bring him on second half. But listen, there is an option now, I suppose. If he did start, I think that Zinchenko is their weaker link. If we're going to say that, I think they're a strong team, but this is their weaker link. I hope they play Havertz as well. I think that helps our midfield area. No, Ambia, we're not doing a show. No. I think everyone's got busy schedules. Patrick said it's a bit hard for the Spurs fan base to stay humble when the manager has basically said dream of glory. Some take that literally and give it large. No, I agree with you. Listen, Postecoglou can say what he wants, but Postecoglou's not been the one sitting here having to defend this football club for 40 years. Do you know what I mean? Postecoglou will come, he will go at some point, and we'll still be here. So when he's telling fans to dream of winning trophies, cool, but we need to see a lot change at the club for that to happen, don't we? So, look, big up. I like the vibes. I like the positivity, but at the end of the day, can't just dream of it. We have to see Spurs implement the right things to win trophies. And I think we're a while off that yet. Aliyah said, why would we keep our feet on the ground for this fixture when we are better than you? Okay, all right. Well, this season you've not been, have you? This season both teams are neck and neck. So I don't know what this means. Listen, I try and be sensible, but listen, big up. There is that one sensible Arsenal fan in the chat. And then you get this. We found twat in the chat. Not one Spurs player gets in the team. I mean, now you're just being absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's really, really silly. Just unbelievable. Listen, as much as I have a go at Spurs fans for doing this the other way, you can't say this. Not one Spurs player would get in the Arsenal 11. Are we a doggy wouldn't get in above Zinchenko? No? Really? James Maddison doesn't get in your team. Ibasuma doesn't get in your team. Are you kidding me? Come on. Let's not be silly here. Philip Bidwell has said Savva, Man City will win the league and it'll be a fight for second place between Arsenal and Liverpool. I agree. I agree with all of this. I think Arsenal, and as I've said, Arsenal and Liverpool for me will be second or third in one way or another. Said that all along. It'll be Man City, then further back will be Arsenal and Liverpool, somewhere in and around there. Rampage, it's not. If we're looking at all your comments, it's the same thing. You're just spouting. You're not actually giving any insight. You're just spouting. A delusional spout. I'll show you. Delusional spout. Like this. So when you say I'm not listening, I'm old and dramatic. This is dramatic, my friend. This is absolute. You should be embarrassed of yourself. Del Boy has said, Savva, Spurs will get a result against the scum. Let's hope that is true. I really, really do hope that we get a result against the scum. Oryx Beats has said, big up to you for the super chat, Oryx. Hope you're well, my man. Has said, we are a different animal this season. My only worry is our high line being exploited by Saka and Trossard. But then again, if we keep up the tempo and not make too many mistakes, we can win or draw. Listen, for sure. Absolutely. You know, we are a different proposition. We play a different style of football. And I've said it all week. And the Arsenal fans don't listen. This, for me, is going to be the big test of our back four and this new style of football. Equally, I do think that we can hurt Arsenal. I do think we can hurt them. But we've got to go out there and show it. Big up to you, Oryx. Always a massive supporter of the channel. And El Dante has been a channel member for 1 month now. Big up to you, sir. So big up, Savva. We can play the way we want to. Can't wait to continue to turn heads this season. Come on, you Spurs. Please like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Big up, El Dente. Thank you very much. If anyone would like to subscribe, I'm putting the link in the chat now, and it is pinned. Big up to you. Vinny said, no, a doggy doesn't get above Zinchenko. I've seen Zinchenko defend, and I can tell you he does. I can tell you for sure. I can tell you for sure he does. So, Vinny, so are you saying not one Spurs player gets in above Arsenal? An Arsenal player? Not one. Not one, right? BG, again, unfortunately, this is what I'm going to say. When I talk about people's football knowledge, this is yours not showing. Last season, before we played the Emirates, we were neck and neck on points. What's the difference? The style of play, which is better suited for us. You're not understanding Spurs at all. It's okay. Keep saying it. You just sound stupid. It's not just the style of play, my friend. It's the belief in the club. It's the attitude. It's the ethos. It's the feel-good factor. I'm not saying I can't do. These Arsenal fans are morons, absolute morons. I do you know what? I've got to stop letting these Arsenal fans in, because most of them give them a really bad name. Yeah, I do feel this as well, Rich. Yeah, they've got to be. I like football fans that are common sense, are grounded. I hate delusion. Like they didn't learn from last year. Like, how can anyone say that none of our 11 gets in their 11? Like, it's madness. All the press, all the media, all the pundits are saying how well Spurs are playing this year and we look different and better. And you got some 15-year-old on the chat saying, oh, not one of yours gets in ours. It's just bias. And do you know what? He'll grow up rich. He'll grow up. When he does grow up and his mum lets him out the house with his £2 pocket money, he will realise that you are allowed to be honest. Again, like, look at this, another child. If Spurs are so great now and will give us much of a challenge, then come on, win, then quit. Come and win. No one said we were so great. You're not. I can't. I don't know why I do it to myself, people. I just can't be. These idiots just do not listen. Listen, any more of that and I will block you straight away. I will block you straight away. You do not come onto my channel and talk like this, or you will be blocked immediately. Grow up. You will be blocked immediately. Grow up. And I'll give you a chance to remove that comment before I do. Grow up. El Dante said, Doggy, Basuma and Sarr have so much energy. We could play two at the back. We could play two back-to-back matches and they'd still be running non-stop. Yeah, good engines, these two lads. Very good engines. The fact that you say, bro, you're chatting nonsense tells me you're a child who doesn't understand football. Didn't learn what? Rampage, let me ask you, what is it I've actually said about Spurs for Sunday? Repeat back to me what I've said about Spurs for Sunday. Let's see if any of you sensible fans can repeat what I've said. Ren, you can't be any more clear, Savva. They're misinterpreting you on purpose. Yeah, they're not listening. They're not listening. What they'll do is if they beat us, they'll come in and go, Savva said we were going to lose. Savva's never said that in a million years. They just, unfortunately, they're all brought up really badly supporting Arsenal, and they've got that dumb gene in them, you know, and they can't quite take words in either way. Right, this guy's getting blocked because he's an absolute moron. Billy has said definitely couldn't do YouTube. Yeah, unfortunately, Billy, that's what I did find out as well. By starting to do it full time and doing 3 or 4 streams, you do get the children in the chat that can't have a sensible conversation. Big up, Dan. He's been in before. Yeah, Arsenal fan. There are some sensible Arsenal fans. As I've said, the Spurs have their version of these fans as well that get well over the top. So, you know, listen, I'm not getting down there. I will push my opinion because people don't listen. Listen, I don't care, Big Boss Man. I don't care. Do not come and ruin my show like you normally do. I don't care what Lee has said. I don't care. It's not for this show. Yeah, Lee isn't here to defend himself. You don't put those insults to another person who's not in the chat in the show. Is that fair enough? Come on, let's be grown-ups about this, eh? Patrick said, obviously it would be gutting if the result goes against Spurs, but it's refreshing to know that no matter what the result on certain days, Spurs' philosophy will not change. Bang on, absolutely. No, you didn't. Again, BG, unfortunately, everyone, BG, one of these, 2 of these, he's not listening, is he? Unfortunately, everyone give BG a round of applause for being a twat in the chat who can't use his ears. BG, what have I actually said? Try and say it back to me. Brought up wrongly supporting Arsenal, Ollie. Support you lot. I think every fan base agrees that the Arsenal fan base are the most deluded. Just go on YouTube and watch. It is mental how you guys, every year you're going to win the title. Every year, and then you drop off and you never do. It's absolutely madness. Yusuf, big up to you, my friend. Said a tough 2 weeks for Spurs. The NLD this week, then Liverpool. This will then tell us how Spurs have come from last season. Agreed. It takes time. Agreed. It will take time. BG, I've asked you. You keep saying what I've said, which is wrong. What have I said? Tell me what I've said. You've listened for over an hour. Tell me what I've said about Spurs Arsenal Sunday. Repeat it back to me, what I've said. Yeah, listen, let's not talk about other YouTubers, please. There's no need for it. There's no need for it at all. Chicken on a basketball. Arteta's won trophies in England and Arteta and Ange hasn't yet. Yeah, of course. He's only been here 5 games. Ashwarya has said, I reckon whether Spurs players get it in depends on style of play. Rice is class, but he wouldn't play in this Spurs team. And Madders and Odegaard would be a personal preference. Sure, listen, this is why whenever people do these combined 11s, I think it doesn't really work because they play for different managers with different formations, different skill sets. All I know is if Zinchenko and Havertz can get in this Arsenal team, then lots of the Spurs players can. I don't think Son gets in at all. Who are you putting Son in above in that Arsenal team? Sorry, not for me. I'm going to be really honest. KJB has said whether Spurs win or not, but a good performance will make me happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let's see if BG can. He said, Arsenal will not win any trophies this season. So what are you talking about? I'm not deluded, but we will beat you. You said the feeling around your club is different. So, no, that's not. Jesus Christ. Apologies for the 12-year-olds in the chat. Apologies. East London Gooner. Can you please, can you please tell these people as a sensible Arsenal fan what it is that I've actually said, because BG's having a really difficult time of it. Steph said, as Arteta won trophies, I thought he just won a trophy, which wasn't a major one. He won the FA Cup with Emery's team, but he has won the FA Cup. Can't knock him for that. Vladimir has said, all pressure on Arsenal. If they cannot beat us 6 weeks into our rebuild, surely they would be a great failure. I agree, which is why I think Arsenal are the heavy favourites. I've said nothing different. Arsenal are the favourites. Unfortunately, you get fans that can't quite understand what I'm saying. Hence why I've predicted 2-2, but I make Arsenal favourites. I think they'll have more of the ball. I think they're going to be the favourites, but I don't think we're going to go there and roll over. Son over Jesus, not for me, not in the way Arsenal play. I think not in the way Arsenal play. I think Jesus is a better footballer. I think Son is a better finisher, but for the way Arsenal play, I think Son would be the better. Jesus would be the better option. Just me. Ollie said every fan base has deluded fans, but we are called deluded for predicting that we're going to beat you. No, again, Ollie, again, you're not listening. You're not listening. Oh my God. This is what it must be like being a teacher, teaching kids, not listening. I've already said I think it will be 2-2. I think if someone wins it, I think it'll be 1 goal either way. Yeah, but again, they're different footballers. This is the thing. Again, Big Boss Man, they're different footballers. In Arsenal's setup, Jesus' role isn't just to run onto through balls and score goals. He links up play. He can float wide right. He can float wide left. He can drop deep. Sonny doesn't quite do that as well for me. Liam says, Savva, I've watched Andy Celtic, and as I'm from Scotland, I'm telling you now, he will be the one to take Spurs in the right direction and unify the fan base. I agree. Phil has said hang on, no, that wasn't to me. Sorry. I mean, it is, Steph. It is. The FA Cup is the longest standing trophy in this country. It is a major trophy. Can't knock them for winning a major trophy that we would love to win. I don't want to be that guy because that would be very disingenuous. Big up. I can tell. I've just lost 4 subscribers. I can tell it's all the Arsenal kids that came in. You could tell a million miles away. If anyone does want to subscribe, the link is in the chat. I'll tell you what. Do you know what's hard work is when you set up as a YouTuber, you think, what YouTuber do I want to be? I always think I want to be a level-headed YouTuber that tries to look at both sides. It's the worst thing that I ever decided to do because all the people that are just deluded and all the people that just say nice things for the sake of it, they grow quicker and get better views. When you're down the line and try and accommodate Arsenal fans, I try and let the Arsenal fans come in here. Absolutely, Abe. You can't guarantee results, but you can guarantee BG. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you, you child? What is wrong with you? You're not listening at all, are you? You're not listening at all. I agree with this, Faizan. I agree. I think it's going to be a good matchup, Udogie versus Saka. Udogie started well. This is his biggest test. Let's see how well he gets on. It's disappointing when you do a show like this. You build up your subscribers and then like that, 4 or 5 of them just drop. It does make me think, why do I do this? Why on earth do I do this? Maron's back. I think everybody think it'll be a high-scoring match. I think both teams are afraid to lose 0-0. Probably look like a joke. Both teams are afraid to lose. Big up. There is the link for anyone that did want to subscribe. Guna, Jake has said, hey, Savva, I think form goes out the window in these derbies. The Invincibles struggled against Spurs that season, but I back us to get the points. Listen, you're favourites. You are favourites. I can't keep saying it. Like, you are favourites. Steph, dude, listen, the FA Cup is a big trophy in this country. You can't doubt it, mate. I'm afraid it's a massive trophy over here. John has said he'd rather face Martinelli than Trossard. I'd prefer both of them out injured. Two very good footballers. Kirtan has said Savva Spurs are going to be destroyed. Kirtan, let me know the scoreline, please, so I can put it in. I can take a screenshot so that we can keep this energy for Sunday. Destroyed. Adam has said I would suggest ignoring the trolls. If I do that, Jesus Christ, we have nothing to talk about. The trolls, really. I like some of the Arsenal fans are good. Some of them are coming in with real good points. They are coming with real good points. Yeah, good God. Yeah, well, listen, let's see this guy on Sunday. BG, Savva, you talk, hence why I watch you as an Arsenal fan, but come on, bro, Arsenal fans have every right to think we can smash you. Sure. If you think you're going to smash us, put a scoreline in, BG. Give me a scoreline. I'm going to clip it. I'm going to clip the scoreline. Let me know. All the Arsenal fans in the chat right now, predict the score. No Spurs fans. Spurs fans, please do not clip it. Yeah? Andre, big up to you. I said, generally don't understand people unsubscribing. As a Liverpool fan, I enjoy your content and all your guests. Keep it up. Thank you very much. It is hard work. Honestly, every day at the moment, I'm growing by 15, 20, and then 5 or 10 unsubscribe. It's just getting a little bit demoralizing. I'm not going to lie to you. But it is what it is. Steve, big up to you. I said, morning, Savva. My Guna is a missus. Jesus Christ. My missus is a Guna. She thinks 2-2. I think 2-2. I think it'll be a really good game. Right, Arsenal fans in the chat have said this: 3-2 to Arsenal, 3-0 to Arsenal, 3-1 to Arsenal. Okay, I'm an Arsenal fan. I think it'll be 3-1. BG thinks they'll beat us by 2 goals. So nearly all the Arsenal fans are going for them to beat us by 2 clear goals. East London Guna thinks it'll be 1-1, 2-0. Just now we were getting battered, and now it's 2-0. It's 2-0 a battering. Yeah, they forget this. They do forget this. It's almost as though they've woken up and thought they're Man City, honestly. Strasbourg Steve said, I'm going to go 4-3 Arsenal. Going to be a mad game. Spurs to score in the first minute. Listen, it could be. Jay Mason, big up to you, my man. And we've had 2 more unsubscribers. It just really is demoralizing. Absolutely demoralizing. Glad we're only going to do this show twice a week. I mean, Ollie, you didn't struggle against Everton. I watched a team that didn't do a lot and managed to win 1-0. But hey, this is what we're going to have. This is the energy we're going to keep, right? Guys and girls, I am going to leave it there in 5 minutes. For the longer this stream is going, the longer my subscribe count is going down and down and down, which makes it completely pointless me doing this show. Big up to all of you. We'll go for another 5 minutes. And I think what I might have to start doing is getting rid of the Arsenal fans. Louis K, big up to you. As said, Savva, we will give them a good game. Faizan has said, I think it will be 2-1 to Spurs. I'd love it to be 2-1 to Spurs. Wow, my subscribers have just dropped by 15. 15 in the space of 5 minutes. Wow. Okay, cool. It's good to know that people don't like the content. So, wow. Absolutely wow. I can't believe what I'm seeing, to be honest. A big good morning to you as well, the Big D. Thank you always for your loyalty and being in the chat. Listen, I'll put the link in the chat. If anyone would be so kind, that's kind of hit me for 6, to be honest. The link is here. No, it's not. That's not it. The link is here. If anyone would like to subscribe, please do. That's knocked me for 6 a little bit. Hey, listen, we'll go for another 5 minutes and then it's pointless. It's pointless me going if people are just unsubscribing and not liking. It's the show seems to have started to run its course a little bit. Maybe people are not enjoying these shows. Big boss man, no offense. You're saying stop focusing on the negativity. You've come in and called someone a xenophonic bellend on my show. Doesn't really help, my friend. Big up Spurs fans. Spurs fans, let me know your prediction. Yeah? Let me know your prediction. We've had the Arsenal fans, Spurs fans. Let me know your prediction. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, of course it is. Kieran has said it's like Arsenal fans haven't been watching their team this season. Looked shaky in most games. Now they're going to batter Spurs. Listen, it's going to be... could they batter us? Sure. Do I think they will? No. I don't think they've quite got enough in their locker. Matthew's gone 3-1 Spurs. That'd be amazing. Adam's gone 3-1 Spurs. Ellie's gone 3-2. Herbalizer 2-2 to Spurs. Alan Shepherd's gone 2-3 to Arsenal. 3-3 a tight game. 2-1 Spurs. 2-0 Arsenal. 3-1 Richie with the brace. Richie with a brace, eh? Robert Ferguson, big up to you with a 2-2. 2-2 again. 1-1 from the flat cap. Marcus McNamara said 4-2. East London Gunner, don't worry, I will. So I won't be doing. I'm not doing it full time, man. Honestly, I truly. But do you know what? I think I was a bit deluded. If I'm honest, I'm really deluded and naive. When I set up a YouTube channel, I thought that people would really want to come on and have proper football conversations. But I'm deluded from the Arsenal fans, you know, because I'm being optimistic, but not over the top. I'm negative from the Spurs fans because I don't think we're going to win a league title. You know, when you sit there and you think, East London Gunner, I sit there and I think to myself, football conversations have changed. YouTube has changed the game. I've never had so many silly conversations in my life with people that don't understand football that change every game from Spurs are shit to Spurs are amazing to Spurs are going to get relegated to Spurs should be winning a league title to we didn't want this manager, now he's the best thing since sliced bread. Like, it's all a bit much, isn't it? It's like there's no consistency in fans' opinions anymore. But hey, Adan has said Tottenham are not the same team they were last year. They're coming to play this year and they're not going to back down. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now for the Spurs fans who watch me week in, week out. I have never, in my 40 years of being a Spurs fan, never, ever, ever, ever wanted to win a North London derby as much as this one. Ever. Ever. You want to win every one of them, but this one has just got so much meaning to me now because of the hate. The hate that you get. I just can't. I really hope we do win this. Ren's going with 3-2. 2-2. Koala J official. 3-2 to Spurs. Big D. Big D. Thank you, my man. Beyond 72 has said 2-1 to Woolwich in injury time after Spurs have players sent off. That's very specific. Beyond 72. Very, very specific. By the way, there's nothing wrong with thinking Arsenal will beat Spurs if you're a Spurs fan. Arsenal are 4 or 5 years into their tenure with Arteta. Strasbourg Steve's a big boss man. What are you talking about? Other YouTubers? Stop. Yeah, I agree. Just stop it. Stop it. We don't want to talk about other YouTubers on this show. We don't want to do it. Big boss man, I will block you. Stop talking about other YouTubers. 2-2. Clint has come in with 2-2. Big up to you, Clint. Hope you're well. 2-1. Craig has come in with. Oh, God, it's getting there. Honestly, when I moved from Twitter to here, it was different. And now it's like everyone from Twitter has just followed over with this just, do you know what it is? It's like my mate always sums it up nicely, right? Is when you get biased football fans, he always says to me, the reason you get biased football fans is because fans are incapable of thinking outside of what they know. And they're so engrossed in it. And it's like when you ask the deluded Spurs fans, how many get into an Arsenal Spurs 11? Oh, 9 of them. You're like, no, of course they don't. Arsenal were just in a title challenge. Of course, 9 of our players don't walk into Arsenal's 11. Equally the same way, none of your players get into a combined 11. Well, of course, that's not true either, is it? You know, you've got to keep I like those fans that have the ability to have a conversation. It doesn't always have to be outrageous. It doesn't have to be clickbait. It doesn't have to be everything is amazing. Thank you, Ren. I try my best. I do try my best. But it's not what YouTube want. I can only imagine, for those who weren't listening earlier, I am leaving here in about an hour to go to the Emirates. And I'm going to be filming Box to Box on AFTV with Turkish from AFTV. And then tonight I'm going to be on the Big Six. I'll tell you what, people, I'm going to call it now. You watch how many times tonight I say, I'm looking forward to this North London derby. It's going to be a big test for Spurs. I think it'll be 2-2, but if it is, there is going to be a winner. I think it'll be one either way. But a big test for Spurs, and Arsenal favourites. You watch how many people in the chat misconstrue that as me saying Spurs are going to batter Arsenal. You watch. You watch. It is madness. Isan Aguna says, Savva, I don't see football in the same way like I did in the 90s, beginning of the... I don't either now, my friend. I don't. For different reasons, I don't. Herbalizer said, have a beautiful day, Savva, in the chat. The sun's out. Big up to you. Yeah, I've got to make my way over to North London. It's lovely out there. Got to make my way over to enemy territory. That should be fun. Nana Hotspur says, Savva, you are not deluded or negative. You're an adult who has seen it all before. I feel your pain. Sure. I think a lot of the kids that respond haven't obviously been through the ups and downs that a lot of us older fans have been through. Philly said, Savva, there are level-headed fans like myself, Steve, Kate, Phil P and Perchie, for example, who wouldn't been able to generally have conversations of football. Yeah, listen, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It is what it is, right? This is a great saying. Who said this? Where is it? I love this. Twitter is just fast food analysis and bias. YouTube becoming. I love that. It is. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Love it. Big Bossman, I agree how bad our record is there. Hence why I've said I think they're favourites. I can't say it anymore. Arsenal are... Does any Spurs fan truly believe we're favourites for this game? I think Arsenal are favourites. I'm sure the bookies will have them as favourites. I'm not going to roast Turkish on the box-to-box. I don't think that's quite the point of the box-to-box. I think it's two adults having a chat. Madison and Son get in as an Arsenal fan. Just don't agree with a doggy. Watch a doggy on Sunday, Ollie. I could tell you've not watched him. Watch a doggy on Sunday. He's a very good player. Powerful, quick, defensively strong, and gets forward. Just have a look. Have a look. Big up. EO said, I can bet shaky Arsenal have conceded less clear-cut chances than Tottenham, but let's wait till Sunday. Yeah. Liam has said, Savva, football Twitter has killed football chat or debates. I think the problem is, Liam, I think there's a lot of people that have the inability to actually look at a sentence and understand it fully. So, for example, when I turn around and say, I think it will be 2-2, I do make Arsenal favourites. You get fans like that BG bloke or GB, whatever his name is, coming in the chat going, oh, well, you best come here and win then. No, that's not what I said. You know what I mean? It's like that. That's not what was said. And you get that all day long. I see it on Twitter and stuff like that. People make a comment and then the responses are nothing to do with the comment. And you see it a lot. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you some comments when you see it in a minute. Strasbourg, Steve, I wish my old school Ginola shirts fit me, if I'm brutally honest. No, I'll be wearing what I've got on now. I'm not going to wear a Spurs shirt across London during the day. No. Joe said, Arsenal fans saying no Spurs player could get in their team. It's just banter to get you going. No one with a brain could believe that. Oh, Joe, there are people that believe it, my friend. El Dante, yeah, listen, so far, yes. We need to see it when he plays against top forwards. That's going to be the test for Tottenham Hotspur. Seeing it when we play against proper teams. And Arsenal are a proper team. Just to go Los Spurs, says, Savvy, you're my favourite YouTuber, so knowledgeable and balanced. Don't ever stop being you. Thank you, Kate. Really do appreciate that. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Of course, Mia, sure, of course. They are favourites at home. We hardly win. Will we hardly win? Absolutely. Big up, Santu, just chucking in the super sticker. Sorry, it's nearly half past. We're going to finish at 11:30, by the way. Thank you to everyone who has liked the show. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed throughout the show. Thank you for the sensible comments. Listen, maybe a fault of mine is that I do read out some of the troll comments. I do try to indulge as many different fans as possible, different opinions as possible. But after a while, it does get silly. But big up to Santu. Scott said 4 matches on a big sample size to declare Doji as a good player. There is a reason he's nowhere close to the Italian team. I mean, first of all, he's a young player. Second of all, he gets in the Italian squad, so you've got to learn your history. Third of all, he did play football before Tottenham. So when you say it's a sample size, I'm guessing you never bothered to watch an Italian game in which he played in. Again, everybody, Scott Jones, the perfect example of everything I've just said there about football fans. That they take what you say and they don't do their research, and then all of a sudden just come in with these nonsense narratives. Absolutely crazy. First of all, this is a young 20-year-old fullback, and Italy have very good players in front of him. This is mad. It's just madness how people disrespect people, but okay, it's fine. United Red has said people love the banter and being fair and honest about their rivals. Example, Ten Hag out. Makes no sense. He done better in his first season than Arteta and Klopp. Yeah, but this season it's not going that way, is it? Romero, this isn't true. He didn't pocket Haaland. If you actually watch that game back, this is where football fans go crazy. If you actually watch that game back, the number of times Haaland was in great positions and Man City didn't pass to him was crazy. So he didn't. Adoji was in the squad, but had to drop out because of injury, because of fever. So again, when people don't quite seem to know what they're talking about. Big up, Steve. Thanks, mate. Thank you. I consider you a friend as well. Thank you very much. My concern with Gabriel for you is when he has the ball under pressure. Maybe usually he's good, but I think he's a press magnet and will be pressed heavily on Sunday. Well, it's going to be an intriguing matchup. Listen, guys and girls, I will leave it there. Thank you for all the sensible people in the chat. Listen, we will have another one tomorrow with the build-up to the North London derby. I'll have a video today from outside of the Emirates, just talking about what Spurs need to do. Can they go there? What do we need to do to position ourselves as the winning team? But thank you very much for all the sensible people in the chat. I've really, really enjoyed it. Most of it. Please 220 likes so far. Let's get that to 250. And if 4 or 5 people would be so kind to smash the subscribe button, here it is on your way out. Please, please, please. Much appreciated. Take care, everyone. Don't forget, I'll be on the Big Six tonight at 9 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Take care and have a really good day. Just remember, it's only football.